Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's absolutely explosive story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because trust me, you do not want to miss the updates on this developing situation. So, let's get right into it. Did Kendall Jenner really have to tell her own sister, Kim Kardashian, to back off from her boyfriend, Bad Bunny? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a soap opera, but this is real life, and it's happening right now in one of the most famous families in the world. The past few years haven't been easy for Kim. She's been through a series of high-profile relationships that didn't work out, a very public divorce, and now she seems to be feeling some type of way about her younger sister's romance with one of the biggest music stars on the planet. Jealousy is definitely in the air, and recent videos have shown Kim making what many are calling inappropriate moves on Kendall's boyfriend. But here's what we really want to know. Why is Kim acting this way? What exactly did Kendall say about it? And why do the Kardashian and Jenner relationships always seem so complicated and frankly messy? Today, we're going to unravel all of these questions and more. We'll dig deep into the family dynamics, the history of rivalry, and what this latest incident reveals about the cost of fame. So stick around for every juicy detail because this story has layers upon layers. Let's start from the beginning with Kendall. Among all the Kardashian-Jenner siblings, Kendall has always been different. She's often faced accusations of nepotism. And let's be honest, being born into one of the most famous families in the world definitely opened doors for her. But Kendall has consistently tried to set herself apart from her sisters, famously saying, "I am not like my sisters." Known as the most natural member of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, she's the only one who hasn't had obvious plastic surgery or dramatic physical transformations. Kendall has often been overshadowed by her media-savvy siblings. While Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, and even younger sister Kylie were dominating headlines with scandals, relationships, and business ventures, Kendall kept a relatively low profile during her early years. She was determined to break free from what many call the Kardashian bubble and build her own identity separate from the reality TV empire. Kendall was committed to establishing herself as a serious professional in an industry where she could shine on her own merits, high fashion modeling. Now, it's important to acknowledge that Kendall didn't do this entirely alone. Kim's ex-husband, Kanye West, played a significant role in Kendall's early modeling days. His influence and connections in the fashion world opened many doors for her. Kanye introduced Kendall to top designers, vouched for her at fashion houses, and essentially fast-tracked her entry into an industry that's notoriously difficult to break into. Kendall's mom, Kris Jenner, also played a massive part in her career. As the ultimate momager, Kris guided Kendall through the entertainment industry from a young age, making strategic decisions about which opportunities to pursue and which to pass on. Thanks to their help, combined with Kendall's own dedication and work ethic, she's become one of the most successful supermodels in the world. She's walked runways for top designers like Versace, Chanel, and Marc Jacobs. She's appeared on the covers of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and countless other prestigious magazines. She's become a highly sought-after face for fashion campaigns and has built a modeling career that, while controversial due to her privileged starting point, has been undeniably successful. But here's where things get interesting and uncomfortable. Despite Kendall's huge fame and success in the modeling world, Kim Kardashian reportedly feels jealous of her younger sister's achievements. This sibling rivalry adds significant tension to their relationship, especially as Kim struggles to watch Kendall's star continue to rise in the fashion industry. There are rumors circulating that Kim has been upset with Kendall for not being grateful enough for Kanye West's help in launching her modeling career. Kim apparently feels that Kendall doesn't give Kanye enough credit for the doors he opened, and this has caused friction between the sisters. But there's more to it than just gratitude. Kim simply doesn't like it when her sisters get more attention than she does. We've seen this pattern play out over the years with different family members. Their differences are becoming more and more obvious, and many people blame Kris Jenner for fostering this competitive environment. Kris has been accused by critics of being a problematic mother, and her parenting style has faced repeated criticism over the years. Sources close to the family say she's been behind many of her daughter's relationships. Whether we're talking about Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, Kendall, or Kylie, all of them have had controversial relationships that, to outside observers, seem like calculated PR stunts rather than genuine romantic connections. Critics argue that Kris cares more about fame and money than being a nurturing, supportive mom. They say she often controls her daughter's personal lives for the sake of public attention and ratings, treating her children's relationships and struggles as content for their reality show rather than private. Matters that deserve respect and boundaries. Let's talk about how Kim rose to fame because it's crucial context for understanding the family's approach to relationships and publicity. Kim's rise to fame began with a leaked private tape with Ray J, which launched her into the spotlight and kickstarted her reality TV career. Many have speculated that the leak wasn't accidental, though Kim has always maintained she was a victim of the situation. In contrast, Kendall's fame has come chiefly from hard work and dedication to modeling, without the scandals that characterized Kim's early career. This fundamental difference in how they achieved fame might be one source of the tension between them. Now here's where things get really interesting. There are persistent rumors that Kris helped set up Kendall with Bad Bunny. If you look at the timing, it does seem suspicious that they got together right when both had new projects to promote. Kendall had various modeling campaigns and endorsements to push, and Bad Bunny had new music dropping. And it's not just Kendall. Kylie Jenner is dating Timothée Chalamet. And get this, Kylie, Timothy, and Bad Bunny are all represented by the same agency. This has led to intense debates about Kris's influence on her daughter's dating lives. Is she orchestrating these high-profile romances for publicity? Are these genuine relationships or carefully calculated business arrangements? Imagine living a life where everything you do is part of a PR strategy. Every word you say, every action you take, every outfit you wear is analyzed and positioned for maximum public impact. It's a harsh reality for the Kardashian-Jenner family, and the same goes for Kim. At times, she's also dated people as part of her PR strategy rather than for genuine romantic connection. Lately, Kim has faced significant challenges in her personal life, especially when it comes to finding a stable romantic partner. Despite her fame, fortune, and global recognition, Kim has struggled to establish lasting relationships. Her high-profile marriage to Kanye West and their subsequent divorce has added tremendous complexity to her life. Balancing her role as a mother to 4 children with her public persona has made it tough to maintain long-term relationships. The constant media scrutiny and involvement in various scandals have further complicated her personal life. This relentless attention makes it incredibly hard for Kim to find genuine love and stability. She's juggling kids, multiple businesses, studying for a law career, and trying to maintain a dating life, all under the unforgiving glare of the public eye. This constant attention makes managing her lifestyle even harder. Many people think Kim's famous lifestyle and past issues make it genuinely hard for her to find true love. Often, her relationships seem more about gaining attention than real feelings. Let's look at the track record. Her relationship with Ray J raised eyebrows because many believed it was primarily a way to get media attention, especially after private tapes were leaked that essentially made her famous. Some critics have even suggested she might have been involved in leaking them herself, though this has never been proven. Then there was her marriage to Kris Humphries in 2011, a massive, televised event on her reality show that cost millions of dollars. That marriage lasted just 72 days, making people seriously wonder if it was just an elaborate stunt to get more viewers and generate storyline content for Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Similar questions arose with her relationships with Reggie Bush and Miles Austin. What seemed like real love to viewers often felt calculated, like a way to boost the show's ratings and keep the Kardashian name in headlines. Even her relationship with Pete Davidson seemed perfectly timed with his rising comedy career and her divorce from Kanye. Kanye has been extremely open about his feelings regarding his relationship with Kim, especially after their divorce in 2021. He often talks about the family's obsessive focus on fame, and has even publicly criticized Kim's parenting, suggesting she uses their children to stay in the spotlight. His comments, while sometimes erratic, have shed light on what it's like to be romantically involved with someone whose entire life is a media strategy. Now let's get to the incident that sparked this entire controversy. Recently, there's been a lot of buzz about Kim's interest in Bad Bunny, the Puerto Rican superstar who's become one of the biggest artists in the world. Some observers think her actions are aimed at starting a new romance with him, while others believe she's simply trying to gain attention and create drama, which, let's face it, is what keeps the Kardashian brand relevant. At a recent event, a concert where Bad Bunny was performing, videos surfaced showing Kim trying to interact with him in ways that many found inappropriate given that he's dating her sister. She was seen dancing provocatively, acting flirtatiously, and actively trying to get his attention throughout the event. The footage that went viral shows Kim making deliberate attempts to position herself near Bad Bunny, laughing loudly at things he said, touching his arm, and generally behaving in a way that seemed designed to capture his focus. For anyone watching, it was uncomfortable because Kendall was right there. Watching this unfold, Kendall Jenner, to her credit, seemed to step in to keep Bad Bunny focused on her and redirect the situation. The footage clearly revealed Kim attempting to engage with him while Kendall strategically positioned herself between them, chatting with Bad Bunny and diverting his focus away from Kim. Body language experts who analyzed the footage said it looked like Kendall was distinctly uncomfortable with Kim's behavior, but felt somewhat stuck. She couldn't make a massive scene at a public event, but she also wasn't going to let her sister blatantly flirt with her boyfriend without intervention. Despite Kendall's efforts, Bad Bunny did appear somewhat intrigued by Kim's attention, creating a complicated and potentially awkward situation among the three of them. Whether that intrigue was genuine interest or just polite acknowledgement of a famous person talking to him is debatable, but it was enough to make the situation uncomfortable for everyone involved. According to sources close to the family, Kendall was absolutely furious with Kim after the concert ended. They reportedly had a heated, emotional conversation where Kendall directly accused Kim of being too flirty with her boyfriend and crossing serious boundaries. Kendall apparently told Kim in no uncertain terms to back off and respect her relationship. The recent event involving Kim, Kendall, and Bad Bunny has stirred up countless public reactions across social media platforms. It's genuinely sad to see Kendall dealing with this situation because of her own sister. We often hear about people feeling insecure around friends when it comes to romantic partners, but can you imagine feeling that way about your boyfriend because of your own sister? That's a whole different level of betrayal and discomfort. This situation highlights much deeper issues of sibling, competition, and dysfunctional patterns that have been passed down through generations in this family. The Kardashian Jenners have built an empire on drama, controversy, and keeping people talking about them. But at what cost to their actual relationships and mental health? Kendall's relationships have consistently been tough for her, and many people are already critical of her romance with Bad Bunny. As a major figure in Latin music, Bad Bunny has built a carefully crafted rebellious image that challenges mainstream norms and speaks to authentic Latino experiences and struggles. Some of his fans feel that dating a mainstream celebrity like Kendall, who represents everything commercial and manufactured about American celebrity culture, goes against the independent, authentic persona he has created through his music and activism. Bad Bunny is also known for speaking out on important social and political issues, especially those affecting Puerto Rico. He's used his platform to advocate for Puerto Rican independence, criticized government corruption, and highlighted social justice issues. His fans wonder how this activism squares with dating someone from a family that many view as the epitome of superficial celebrity culture. Recently, Kendall faced significant backlash for cultural appropriation related to her advertisement for 818 Tequila, her own spirits brand. In the advertisement, she wore traditional Mexican attire, complete with braids and a hat, while posing on a rural Mexican agave farm. Critics felt this imagery exploited Mexican culture without showing proper respect or understanding. Many argued that the ad oversimplified and romanticized the hard work and struggles of Mexican farmers who actually work these fields for survival, not for Instagram aesthetics. The criticism was that Kendall was profiting from Mexican culture while reducing it to a costume and backdrop for her brand. This wasn't Kendall's first controversy involving cultural insensitivity. She faced massive backlash for her infamous Pepsi ad, in which she appeared to diffuse tension in a protest scene by offering a Pepsi to a police officer. The ad seemed to suggest that a soft drink could solve deep social issues like those at the heart of Black Lives Matter protests. Many found it incredibly insensitive and tone-deaf, seeing it as commercializing serious struggles for justice and reducing systemic racism and police brutality to a marketing opportunity. The ad was pulled within 24 hours due to the overwhelming negative reaction, and Kendall later said it was one of her most regretful professional moments. These events have intensified criticism toward Kendall and have indirectly affected Bad Bunny, who has received significant criticism from his devoted fan base for dating her. Amidst all of this, the conflict between Kim and Kendall unfolded at that concert, sparking a storm of opinions, memes, and in-depth analyses across social media platforms. This incident reflects the ongoing public fascination with Kardashian-Jenner family drama. Kim has long been a target of criticism, accused of constantly seeking attention without regard for other people's feelings, including her own sisters. Some observers find it genuinely troubling that a woman in her 40s would pursue her sister's boyfriend, showing a lack of boundaries and respect that most people would consider basic decency. Yet it's important to understand that it's not entirely Kim's fault. Some argue, and I think there's merit to this, that she learned these behaviors from her mother, Kris Jenner, who has consistently prioritized money and fame over genuine love and healthy relationships for her daughters. Think about the pattern. High-profile relationships, dramatic breakups, and personal struggles have often been the center of storylines on their reality show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians and now The Kardashians on Hulu. Critics claim that Kris deliberately prioritizes fame and wealth over her children's actual well-being and mental health. Keeping Up with the Kardashians revealed countless intimate moments from their lives over 20 seasons and 14 years. This constant exposure raises serious concerns about the effects of perpetual public attention on the family, particularly the younger members who grew up entirely in front of cameras. Kris has faced tremendous backlash for exposing her kids to fame from such early ages, especially Kendall and Kylie, who were just children when the show started. Growing up on reality TV has been shown to have significant negative impacts on child development, privacy, and the ability to form a healthy sense of identity separate from public perception. Now, Kim is continuing this harmful pattern by putting her own 4 children in the spotlight regularly through social media and public appearances. This constant exposure can take a severe mental toll on everyone involved, especially the kids, who never chose this life or consented to having every moment documented and analyzed by millions of strangers. Public opinions on the Kim-Kendall-Bad Bunny situation are deeply split. Some fans support Kim, believing she has every right to pursue her interests and socialize with whoever she wants without judgment. They argue that people are reading too much into innocent interactions and that Kim was just being friendly at a public event. These supporters point out that Kim is a single woman who's been through a difficult divorce and deserves to have fun and meet new people. They say that Bad Bunny isn't married to Kendall, so technically, Kim isn't doing anything wrong by talking to him or finding him attractive. Meanwhile, Kendall's supporters praise her for handling the situation with grace and professionalism. They applaud her for not causing a massive public scene and for addressing the issue privately with Kim afterward, rather than letting it blow up into a media circus right there at the event. These fans argue that Kim crossed a clear line by flirting with her sister's boyfriend, and that this behavior shows a pattern of boundary issues and attention-seeking that's become problematic. They say that family loyalty should come before any desire to flirt with someone, especially someone your sister is actively dating. Social media has been absolutely flooded with takes on this situation. Twitter threads have analyzed every second of the video footage. TikTok users have created countless videos discussing the body language and interactions. Reddit forums have deep dived into the family dynamics and history that might explain this behavior. Some commenters have pointed out that this isn't the first time there's been tension or competition between the Kardashian-Jenner sisters over men. There have been previous rumors and incidents involving the sisters and each other's romantic interests, though nothing quite as blatant and public as this recent situation. The incident has also sparked broader conversations about sibling relationships, boundaries within families, and the unique pressures that come with being in the public eye constantly. Many people are using this as a moment to reflect on their own family dynamics and how competition and jealousy can damage even the closest relationships. What this entire situation really reveals is the cost of the Kardashian-Jenner lifestyle. Yes, they have wealth, fame, and opportunities that most people can only dream of, but they've also sacrificed genuine privacy, authentic relationships, and the ability to make mistakes without the entire world watching and judging. The pressure to constantly create content, stay relevant, and generate headlines means that even their personal relationships become fodder for public consumption. It's impossible to know what's real and what's manufactured for ratings and social media engagement. For Kendall specifically, this must be incredibly difficult. She's tried harder than any of her siblings to maintain some separation between her professional life and personal life. She's been more private about her relationships, doesn't post as frequently on social media, and has tried to establish credibility in the fashion industry separate from her family's reality TV empire. But moments like this show that she can't escape the drama and dysfunction that seems to follow her family, even when she's trying to have a normal relationship. Well, as normal as dating an international superstar can be, her own sister creates problems and drama that become public spectacles. For Bad Bunny, this situation must also be strange and uncomfortable. He's known for keeping his personal life relatively private and focusing on his music and activism. Dating someone from the Kardashian-Jenner family means accepting a level of public scrutiny and drama that he likely never experienced before in his previous relationships. The question many of his fans are asking is whether the relationship is worth the constant attention, speculation, and now family drama. Some wonder if he'll decide that being connected to this family is too much hassle and too far removed from the authentic image he's worked to cultivate. There's also the question of what happens next between Kim and Kendall. Will they be able to move past this incident, or will it create a lasting rift in their relationship? In families without cameras and public attention, these kinds of conflicts might be resolved privately and eventually forgotten. But for the Kardashians, nothing is ever truly private, and even resolved conflicts become storylines for future episodes of their show. So what can we take away from all of this drama? First, it's clear that the Kardashian-Jenner family operates by a different set of rules than most families. The boundaries between personal life and public performance are so blurred that it's often impossible to tell what's genuine and what's orchestrated for attention. Second, the pattern of prioritizing fame and publicity over genuine relationships and mental health has consequences. We're seeing those consequences play out in Kim's difficulty maintaining stable relationships, in Kendall's struggles with public perception and family drama, and in the ongoing competition and tension between the siblings. Third, Kris Jenner's role as the architect of this empire comes with serious questions about the cost to her children. Has the wealth and fame been worth the invasion of privacy, the constant scrutiny, and the difficulty forming authentic relationships? That's a question each of her children will have to answer for themselves. For Kendall, this incident with Kim and Bad Bunny is probably just the latest in a long line of moments where she's felt overshadowed, disrespected, or caught up in drama she didn't create. It's a reminder that even in wealthy, famous families, the basic dynamics of sibling rivalry, jealousy, and competition still exist. They're just played out on a much more public stage. The situation also raises important questions about boundaries, respect, and what family loyalty means. Most people would agree that flirting with your sister's boyfriend crosses a clear line, regardless of how famous you are or how much attention you're trying to generate. The fact that Kim felt comfortable doing this publicly suggests either a lack of awareness about appropriate boundaries or a prioritization of attention-seeking behavior over family relationships as this story continues to develop. And knowing this family, it definitely will continue to develop. We'll be watching to see how Kendall and Kim navigate their relationship moving forward. Will they address this on their reality show? Will Bad Bunny comment on the situation? Will Kris get involved and try to manage the narrative? Here's what I want to know from you. Do you think Kim was wrong for flirting with Kendall's boyfriend? Does Kendall share some of the blame for dating someone in such a public way? Who's really responsible for pushing these sisters into such complicated, potentially manufactured relationships? Is it Kris, or have they made their own choices as adults? And more broadly, what does this incident tell us about the price of fame and the impact of growing up in the public eye? Can the Kardashian Jenners have genuine relationships, or has everything become so tied to their brand and public image that authentic connection is impossible? These are complicated questions without easy answers, but I think they're worth discussing. The Kardashian-Jenner phenomenon has been a part of popular culture for nearly 2 decades now, and their influence on entertainment, beauty standards, business, and social media has been enormous. But perhaps it's time we also have honest conversations about the costs of this lifestyle, and whether it's sustainable or healthy for anyone involved. These are real people with real feelings, despite how often their lives seem scripted or manufactured. The pain of feeling betrayed by a sister is real, even when you're a supermodel dating a famous musician. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this developing situation. Trust me, with this family, there's always more drama coming, and you'll want to be here for all the juicy details. I'll be keeping a close eye on this situation and will update you with any new developments. Will Kim and Kendall reconcile? Will Bad Bunny stay with Kendall after all this family drama? Will Kris orchestrate some grand reconciliation moment for the cameras? We'll have to wait and see. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with more celebrity drama and entertainment news. Until then, stay curious, stay critical, and remember that even the most glamorous lives have their complications and struggles. Peace out.